And so I would first start there and building their identities outside of a relationship, and knowing and working on their mindset that you can, instead of the bag, abundance, that you can have abundance and respect, and that you don't have to tolerate betrayal. And so I would go along those lines.
Good stuff. What about you, Dr. Sabrina? What do you think about that video?
So I'm going to approach it from the other angle, where the gentleman was saying that, there are only 15% of the men are making 6 figures or greater. So with that being said, and with that, that thought in mind, and we know that the selection pool is smaller. I think you talked about that earlier, Constance. So there's more competition then for these people that these women are looking for, the rich guy. Everybody's looking for the rich guy. My question is, what are you doing to make yourself stand out? Why would he choose you? Whether you're going to be the person that tolerates his foolishness or whatever, why would he choose you?
That part. Like all the things, who said that? I think it was, I don't know, it was Tyler Perry or somebody on Tyler Perry. They were saying, all the things that you're saying that you want in a man, do you also have those things? Do you have, you're asking for the things that you don't even have desire or can acquire or anything like that, but you want somebody else to have it. And also Kevin Samuels talks about that too. You want a man that makes 300,000 and, and he's fit and he got all of these things and, you ain't even taking care of yourself. And so that's really valid. I just say, one thing for me is, when I first got out of my marriage, like I really wanted to be in a relationship because that's all I knew. That's all I knew, because I had been with my ex since I was 15. So the thing is, go straight from this because you want to be with somebody. The desire is, I want to be in a relationship. And the longer that I was single, doesn't mean that I don't desire having a companion, but I got to know myself. And I think for these young people, first of all, don't get married before your prefrontal cortex is developed. You got to really understand yourself. But that's the thing, whether you're, you're older or you're younger, really understanding who you are, understanding your value, build yourself up to where you can depend on yourself. So when you do have something, you can bring it to the table so they can't even question whatever, your value or your worth. But it doesn't have to necessarily be monetary, because again, a successful man, like a very successful man, he don't give a damn if his woman is working at McDonald's or she is the CEO of Microsoft. He doesn't care, because he knows what he brings and he knows what he values. He wants somebody who's going to be his helpmate. He wants somebody that's going to rub his rusty, dusty feet at night. He wants somebody that's going to do the F's, F them and feed them and all those things as well. So, we gotta know as women, I think our roles and what we should be doing. I had a friend who was married and she was like, he didn't appreciate me because I had him on red carpets and I had him in Balenciagas. I'm like, but did you rub his back? Like, he doesn't care about him being on red carpets and, this celebrity. Men don't, a lot of people, unless you chase that type of thing, they want basic companionship. They don't care about none of that other stuff. And that's where we have to really put our values in. Unfortunately, social media has had us so effed up that the value is placed on the things rather than the person. And that's the really unfortunate part about it. But let's look at some stats and then we're going to go to our final thoughts.